to my channel. I'm Caroline, and this is my little corner of the internet where I talk all about cross stitch, knitting, sewing, and all the other crafty things I get up to. Welcome if you are new, or welcome back if you have been on my channel before. Either way, I'm very happy that you clicked on my video, and I hope you enjoy spending a little bit of time with me while I talk all about my crafty hobbies. Yeah, so the last video has been 3 weeks ago. I had hoped to film last weekend, but I didn't feel up to it. I didn't feel so good, so I thought, no, you don't want to see that. You want to see me, I guess, when I feel good and not when I feel a little bit under the weather, I guess. So, yeah, 3 weeks it is, which if I can keep up the 2 week schedule, it would be great because in 3 weeks there's Jingle Ball and everyone, including me, will have something else to do, I guess, on that weekend. So, yeah, let's see how that works out. On another note, I'm almost to 1,900 subscribers. Wowza. Yeah, it's a little bit surreal to me on the one hand. And on the other hand, now that I'm so close, I really want to get to 2,000. So, what do you think? Can we make it by the end of the year as a little Christmas present for me? I usually don't do that, but if you haven't yet, and if you clicked on my video and like what you see so far, maybe consider subscribing because it's just fun. Nothing else, just fun. So, stitchy wise, I was a busy bee in the last 3 weeks. I got so much done. And one main thing why was that I started a new stitchy game. And yeah, that really motivated me to get out some whips that I haven't touched in a while. So you will see that. And also, I have been in a finishing craze. At the moment, I just want to finish all the things. Maybe that's the end of the year spirit to like have some closure with your whips. I don't know. But yeah, I really enjoyed finishing, and so I have quite a bit to show. Before we get into finishes, I have an FFO, and you can see it back there already. Oh my, I'm so excited. Let me grab it. I showed this to you last time. This is No Time Like the Present by Modern Folk Embroidery. This was or is this year's stitch along, and I stitched this on 32 count Lucan by Zweigert with 2 DMC, 838 and 840, I think. Yeah, I finished this in October, and then about 2 weeks ago, yeah, 2 weeks ago, I went to my parents' house, and I had this thrifted frame that's just perfect for that stitch. I mean, perfect, but it was too high, so um, yeah, it didn't look good. So my dad and I took it upon us to get this cut to size, and we managed to do it. Yeah, it's not perfect on the top, but you cannot see that when it hangs up. And yeah, I will put in a picture of my dad helping me cut this down. I think I said this before, but my mom does watercolors, and my dad has made her frames for the last 30 years, I think, or even longer. So he knows how to make frames. He has the right tools for that. And the only issue with this was, yeah, a little bit of an ornate frame to keep it intact. Yeah, so I framed this myself. I pinned it onto foam board. It's not perfect. I tried to get it as even and as straight as possible, but with the straight lines on the edges, that is hard to do. I tried my best. As I said, it's not perfect, but it is what it is, and I like how it is, and I don't think someone would go up to it and measure if there's a millimeter off. Yeah, other than that, I still need to. So the foam board is a little. It's in there and it doesn't fall out. Yeah, but I want to mount it in there a little bit better so that it doesn't move around like that. I still need to do that, but that's fine. Yeah, and it already hangs up in my living room where it fits perfectly with the colors. And yeah, I get to look at it every day and it makes me so happy. I have two more pieces I want to frame, but I haven't gotten around to it yet. One of them is Autumn Meditation by Carolyn Manning, and I found a perfect frame for it too. That's just a frame from Amazon, and I just stuck it in there. It's not even um, measured or anything. I just wanted to see how it looked. So I need to center it and stretch it and all the things. I just wanted to see if it would work, and I think it does. So that is a to do for the next few days, I guess, to get it in there and have it on my wall. The next thing I want to frame is also a new finish I haven't shown you before. I started this June 23rd and finished it November 2nd. You can already see a little bit of my fabric there. Another big piece done. This is Forest Fairy Tale Stitch Along by Quaternion Creations. Did I say that I started this June 23rd? I think I did. So the Stitch Along ended sometime in October. I was a little bit behind, and then just one weekend just went for it, and I had, I think, 3,000 stitches left, and I just needed to finish it. This is on Kiwi Linen by XGU Designs, 36 count, and stitched with sulky threads 1/2. Yeah, so I have the main color is a dark olive green, and then the red and the lighter green. This was so much fun. I just love the red pops of color. I was thinking of frames for this, and I looked at some green frames, but yeah, it's really hard to get the right tone of green if you have different greens on there already. And so, again, from Amazon, I found a frame and it was quite cheap because it's just a plastic one. I already took out the glass and the backing to try it. And I think it will be perfect. Again, need to center this and stretch it, but what do you think? I think this works really, really well. It brings out the red but doesn't distract from the piece too much. And I cannot get it straight because so this is the plan for that one. I'm not done with finishes yet. Can you believe it? Yeah. So the next one is Autumn Night Garden by Tiny Modernist. And here it is. Ah, it's so pretty. It's stunning. This was her November Patreon from last year, but this November, so the beginning of November, she released that to the general public in her store, so you can get it on her website. And yeah, I stitched this on 36 count gunmetal by Weeks Dye Works with the called for colors, but in CXC threads 1/2. This I picked up again because of a challenge from a Zoom group, and I was supposed to do, I think, 1,100 and some stitches for the challenge. And when I had those in, I just decided to go for it and finish it. I started this May 26th this year and finished it October 28th. I omitted some of the backstitch in the butterflies because I just didn't like how it looked, and I don't think it needed it. For this piece, this is a weird shape. Do you have any suggestions, any ideas how I could fully finish this? I mean, I could frame it, but with a rectangular frame, I'm not sure. And finding a frame that fits perfectly with that arch and that size, it's basically not possible. I already looked, but how would you finish this? Any ideas, suggestions are very, very welcome. One more look. Oh, it's so pretty. And then I have one more finish. No, two actually, but I can only show you one. So this finish I can show you is Stitches RSVP by Posy Design. And here it is. So this I started May 18th together with Erin from Cozy Town Stitches and Alex from Select Stitches, and I think quite a few other stitches joined us too. This is on 32 count blue spruce linen by Zweigert, and I used sulky threads and did my own color conversion and then changed up the colors a bit. I think I need to change how I'm holding this. So basically, the cat was, I think, a tabby cat, and I changed him to look like Mario. Of course, the teapot is a different color. I know that there's bulls, so I just condensed the color list a little bit that I don't have as many colors, and also just used and did what I liked. The text, other than the L, is 1/1. So I just used a DMC color that I had lying around. And this is so cute. I want to frame this or make a pillow and have it here in my sewing room somewhere. Yeah, super, super happy. I picked this up for a stitchy game that I'm doing and had about 1,500 stitch or something stitches left and powered through to have a finish. And the last finish I have is one I cannot show you yet because it is for a secret Santa stitch in a friend group that I'm in. And yeah, we are all doing something from for another person from that group. So I started that one November 7th and finished it yesterday. So I need to fully finish it, and I can show you what I did after Christmas when she received her gift. So I will take photos and maybe even a little clip to have for after Christmas to show you. As I said already, I'm in a finishing craze at the moment. So I had only one new start in the last 3 weeks, and that was my Secret Santa stitch that is already finished again. I was thinking about starting a Black Sampler November piece or maybe something for Halloween Day. I wasn't in the mood. I was not at all in the mood to do it, and that's fine. Right now, I'm very tempted to have a new start. It's a full coverage, and I love the image. I even have it kitted already. I kitted it last week, and I said to myself that if I really have the urge to start it on the weekend now, I will. For now, I want to start it, but also I want to stitch on my pieces to get them finished. So, not quite sure yet if I will. I'm talking about Yule Goddess by Sunflower Stitches. That's a shop from Etsy, and I just love that. I usually don't like stitching faces or people, but this one, I don't know what it is. It just speaks to me. I bought the chart almost a year ago, and yeah, I think I would like to start it. But we will see. I worked on a bunch of whips in the last 3 weeks because I have been playing that Stitchy game, and that really helped me to work on some whips that I might not have touched otherwise. The first one I want to show you though is one that you will see in probably every video for the next year. It is in this project bag still. That is English paper piece by me. And in here is Fruits of Plenty by Modern Folk Embroidery. I want to have this done next October to have it as a companion for this one. And so I'm doing, my goal is to do 750 stitches a week on this. So far, so good. And I'm at almost 30% now. This is a blanket. It is the same fabric as this one, 32 count Lucan, and I'm doing it with two green colors using anchor threads. And this is what I have. So, yeah, I worked. How do I show this now? I'm just going to tell you. So, I had the top three motifs done already, and I worked at the birds in the middle there, the dark green birds, and at the lighter green floral thingy to the side of that. That's basically what I worked on, and it's so hard to show. Yeah, I'm trying to complete pages for now. I have the first page fully completed and working on the second page. It's just, yeah, I need some guidelines what to do so that I don't get decision fatigue. Oh, it's so good. It's good. I'm stitching this 2/2, which is easy and fast. It uses up quite a bit of floss. But yeah, I'm also stitching this on my Lowry stand, so it goes quite quickly. I usually try to do Modern Folk Monday and get in as many stitches from my 750 on a Monday as I can. And then if I have some left, usually can do the rest on Tuesday, and then I'm done again for the week. And so far, I have fun doing this. It's it's coming along, quite a ways to go, but so great to see progress on it. And 750 is not a small number per week, but it's quite doable for me. On a good day, I can do it on in a day, but not on a work day, so not on Mondays usually. Yeah, this is Fruits of Plenty. The next one I worked a little bit more on, even though Halloween had been over by that time, is in this bag. This is Halloween Tree by Renato Parolin. And this is one of my favorite pieces. I don't even know why. It's just fun. It goes quick. This came up for the stitchy game I'm doing, and so I put in, I think, about 1,000 more stitches. And with the result that my tree, I reached the bottom here. There's all the saying Halloween, but just for the tree itself, I'm at the bottom and the top now. And I put in some of the leaves and the pumpkin. I don't know what it is. It's just the biggest part of it is brown block stitching, which sounds so boring, and it kind of is, but it also is so fun. Yeah, awesome. I think I need to do more of his trees now because amazing. I love the fabric. It is from Meg and Coffee Craft, 36 count. She doesn't have names for her fabrics though. And I'm stitching this with CXC threads, 1/2. Basically the called for, but I made some substitutions for colors that I didn't have. These are all the colors. I guess for now it will go away a bit because I'm more and more going into Christmas stitching, but it is a fun piece. And I have a lot done already, more than a quarter. So yeah, that's that one. Next up, as you can see, Christmas. In here is Christmas Parade by Cottage Garden Samplings. I picked that up again on November 3rd because it had its VIP birthday on November 3rd. And now I want to finish it. I'm stitching this on 32 count Vintage Stormy Night Lugana by Zweigart. And that's my progress. I have the Santa completed, so I was in his belly last time. I don't know how to show this to you. I think I need to change the side. So yeah, that's better. I can see what I'm doing when I'm doing it like this. So I reached the corner of the design here, so that's the end. And I'm doing this with all of the called for DMCs, 2/2. There's a lot of white stitching in this. The little, is this a squirrel? I think so. It's so cute, so fun. And cannot wait to get into the other animals back there. Yeah, this has been out almost every day for the last 2 weeks, and my goal is to finish it At least, no. My goal is to finish it at the end of November at the latest. But if I can manage it before, I will be happy. I think I have about 2,500 stitches left or something. So, and it goes quite quick with the 2 over 2 and 32 count. My plan is to finish this as a big pillow for my couch for the Christmas time. Love it. Next whip was also for the Stitchy game. I think for the prompt something monochromatic. And I finally picked up again my Austrian One Heart by Bleu de Chine and made some good progress. So I need to cut down that fabric because it's a mess. This is where I am. This is 32 count vintage Dune, I think, by Zweigert. It's a linen this time. And I'm doing it with DMC 115. That's the variegated, there's some floss nest, the variegated red. When I picked this up, I only had that bit here and I added in all of this. And because it's called Austrian, I have this wonderful fun needle minder I made. No kangaroos in Austria. Because we always get mixed up with Australia somehow. Yeah, so this was fun, but also a little bit stressful because I think I'm thinking too much of where I want to put what with the variegated. But it goes quickly, and yeah, no immediate plans to pick this up again, but this can be a quick finish if I want to. I think I really need to take some of my whips and cut down the fabric to size because it drives me nuts if I have massive amounts of fabric on all sides. The next one is also by a French designer and also in reds. This is Lettre Carmin by Reflet de Soie. And I took this out because it had its web birthday on November 1st. And I think I worked on this for 2 days or something. This is where I am. So this is two anchor reds stitched one. This is with two anchor reds stitched 1/2 on 46 count seashell linen by Extra U Designs. And mainly what I did is finish up the second row of alphabets and then put in the floral leaf thingies here, but I still have the berries to add there. So this is more like the actual color of the fabric. It's a dusty pink, I think, and somehow it works really well with the reds. And this will be huge someday. Very wrinkly because I just stuff it into my Q snap. Yeah, still quite a ways to go. As you can imagine, it's slow going with the 46 count. I had it in the Lowry stand in a Q snap. I'm not even sure if I like it that much on the 46 because I like to have it close to my face. Yeah, really like it, but this will be a long time project for sure. The next whip I worked on for the Stitchy game is Hannah Mandala by Ink Circles. I now have it in this project bag. And I still have it on the Q snap because I had hoped to stitch on it a little bit more, but I don't think I will, so I will take it out. This is my oldest whip. I started this on June 15th, 2023. And this time I put in only 150 stitches. And I cannot even say why, but it stresses me out a little bit. I don't want to UFO it because I still like it and I still think I will stitch on it one day. But yeah, I don't know what it is. So this is on a 32 count linen by Swigert. This might be light mocha, but it didn't have a tag. And I'm doing 2/2 with DMC 4130. It's just variegated. I love how this looks, except for the wrinkles. But I love how the stitching looks. I just somehow when I stitch it, it stresses me out to decide where to go next. It doesn't even make sense, but it's just what it is. It has a very nice needle minder though. I got that from my friend Funny. It's stunning. Yeah, maybe this will become a thread a day project next year sometime to make some progress. But for now, I have to realize that I don't like to stitch in it at the moment. And now I'm happy to report that's it. Whip wise, you made it through. This stitchy game that I'm playing really helped me to make progress on some whips and yeah, touch different things that I wouldn't have touched if I hadn't played that. So super happy about that. And yeah, with all the finishes I had, I also thought about the whips that I still have in my whip pile. And even though I just made my whip parade a few weeks ago and said that that I want to keep all the whips that I have, in the last few weeks, that changed a little bit. It all started with Autumn Quaker by Lila's Studio. Still really want to stitch it, and I love the piece. But I had it on a very dark, or not very dark, but yeah, I didn't have it on a neutral fabric, let's put it that way. And yeah, I regretted that after I finished the first Quaker motif. It didn't jump out at me as much as I would have wanted it to. So I put that away, I UFO'd that, and I will restart that next year on a neutral fabric like the last one I showed you. So on a light mocha or a platinum or something like that. And then I thought about the other whips that I have and found three that won't be whips anymore from today on. The first one being Cabin in the Woods by Tiny Modernist. This is the one with the saddest start of them all. Yeah, and it's just a small piece. It's not that I don't want this, I just have no desire at the moment to stitch on it. And I can always restart it and probably stitch it in 2 days if I want to. I don't even know if I would do it on a 32 count anymore. So for now, this will be a UFO and I will just restart it if I want it. The next one is Mary Ann Kittle by Crow's Feet Stitching. This was a hard decision because I really like the pattern. I really like especially the little boxes, but I came to this decision that I don't like it on that fabric. It's a little bit dreary and not contrasty enough that I really want to stitch on this. So, but I also am not ready to really UFO this yet. So this will go into my pip pile. There is a box up there with my pips. Pip means pattern in pause, term by Alex from Silex Stitches. And I will look at this again, maybe next year, maybe, who knows. But for now, and then I have one more hard decision. This is in a project folder that I made, and in here lives Anton Uffindal by Hands Across the Sea Samplers. Yeah, the thing with this, I love the pattern. I really want to stitch this, I want to have this, all the things. I have the Soie d'Alger silks for this, so it's a special one. And it's but I never want to pick this up. This is what I have so far, and I have to admit, it looks stunning. But this is on a 46 count over dyed linen, and the Swadershe silks are quite thick. I think they're a little bit thicker than DMC, and it's just too tight. It doesn't look bad, but it's hard to stitch, and I feel like I'm dragging the silks. And On top of that, I know that there is some Wonder War 1 coming up. And I have no idea how I should do that with the silk that is already tied with 1/2. So I could do 10 stitch probably, but that would distort it maybe. So yeah, I don't want to use 100 and freeze, which would probably be perfect because I already have the expensive silks. So what I'm probably going to do is restart that on a 40 count or maybe even better a 36 count. It's going to be huge when I do that, but if I am scared to stitch it or if I don't want to because it's hard to do, it doesn't make any sense. Maybe I can frog that little bit and just use the little flowers on top there to make something because they're nice, they're cute. So yeah, sad, but I had to make that decision because I would never have stitched this with the or finished this with the 46 count. All those finishes and no new starts and UFOs brings my whip count down to 41. My initial goal was to be under 50 for the new year. And now I'm thinking, should I make that less 40 or less? Or would that stress me out too much because I don't want to have a rule for myself for not being able to start things if I really want to, but also it has been so nice to have that drive to finish things. So maybe you can leave me your take on this down below if it would make sense to have a goal like this. So if I would make it a goal to have 40 or less, and I would start the Yule Goddess, and then I would have two finishes. See, and I don't know what Jingle Ball will bring. Yeah, talking about Jingle Ball, that brings me into plans. I I'm going to go to the Jingle Ball. Have I bought my ticket yet? No. The main reason is that I wasn't able to decide if I want to take a class, and I'm still not sure if I want to. So I will probably not. Yeah, I just need to get on with it and buy my ticket already because I'm going. That's for sure. Other than that, as I said, I want to finish my Christmas parade and continue with Fruits of Plenty. Once Christmas parade is done, I kind of want to pick up and finish Bauble Birds before Christmas. Because I already have the 2024 in that. Yeah. So we will see if I will have the full coverage new start. I want to frame the pieces that I have lying around here, fully finish my Secret Santa, and also keep on playing the Stitchy game so that other whips come up for me. Yeah, a lot of plans, a lot of plans, but it's dark basically here at 5 p.m. So what else is there to do except stitching and maybe throw in some knitting in between, which is the perfect segue to knitting. Sorry. Ah, trying to be funny here. Not just kidding. So yeah, I did a little bit of knitting in the last few weeks and I want to show you. So I will go grab that now. I just realized that I didn't bring my socks with me. I have them in the other apartment. So yeah, I don't want to go grab them right now. The main thing is I worked a little bit more on my library socks that I started while in London, and I got the heel done and I'm working in the heel gusset right now on the first sock. So yeah, didn't do too much on that, but a little bit. But the main thing is that I picked up again my Celtic Myths shawl. That's a free pattern on Ravelry. And I'm still stuck in the cables because, of course, for my first cabling project, I had to pick a hard cable, not well, not hard maybe, but an intricate pattern that takes quite a bit of time and focus. So yeah, how can I show this to you? That's basically it's a triangular shawl, and I have the main body all done. And I'm working in the cable now, and that gets attached. It's so gorgeous. It's so pretty. I love that yarn. The green, stunning. And yeah, but there's the pattern. I cannot remember it yet. Maybe once I'm all the way over. But yeah, I really want to wear this winter. So my goal is to pick it up every day. I didn't yesterday and the day before because I was away for work, but I want to pick it up as much as possible and yeah, get it finished soon. Maybe then remember the pattern. I almost used up the first ball of yarn and I have one more. This is fingering weight Laneras Tierras, 60% merino, 40% polbarth, non-superwash fingering weight from Uruguay. It's a tag. And the colorway is Dragonfly. I love the color. It's so perfect. I mean, yeah, you can tell what my favorite color is. And I'm using Tiago size US size 4 or 3.5 millimeter needles to do this. And for the cables, I tried two different things, or no more than two, but there's two that kind of work for me. The first one is this wooden thing from Knit Pro that has is it Joe? Yeah, the ridges. It's good because it doesn't slide off, but it's also hard to get them off again. So yeah, not my favorite for this. And then I'm using this now because I only have to have one or two stitches on the cable needle for that pattern, and in the front and in the back, and I'm not as good yet, so it's really hard for me that they don't slip, which is good with this because they can't, it just hangs there. But also sometimes I really have to think so that I don't twist them when I get them back on my main needle. It's probably just practice. If you are an experienced knitter and have some cabling tips, how it goes quicker and how you don't have to think as much, yeah, probably just practice, right? And once that little ball of yarn is done, I need to figure out how to attach the second because I haven't done that in an intricate pattern yet. So, yeah, maybe I can have this done by the end of the year. That would be great. It's almost a year ago that I started this, so it really needs to get done because I want to wear it because it's my favorite color. I just wanted to say that I don't have any haul, but I have something. I ordered something from Mrs. Seda's Silks. That's her logo. And I ordered her silk pack for the Newcastle bouquet. That's a pattern by Teresa Kogut. But I don't want to stitch that pattern with them. I want to do Christmas Garden by Blackbird Designs and use those colors and maybe add a green to do the Christmas garden, which I have loved for quite a bit of time. And I kind of really want to start this Advent. And now that I'm thinking about it, I'm also going to start the Advent for from Evertoad and maybe this and the Yule Goddess. So maybe the 40 vips are delusional anyway. So yeah, that is my piece of haul that I got. They feel really nice. I have never stitched with her silks before, so I'm curious to see how they stitch up. And with the sale for Halloween, it was a really good deal. Yeah, and that brings me to the end. I don't have any floss tubers to mention or recommend this time. I watched some floss tube, mainly the big names that I mentioned a lot, but most of the time I've actually been watching Gilmore Girls. I'm back into watching all the episodes. I'm on the last few episodes of the main show right now, and then I will watch the reboot. And then I don't know if I will go back to more floss tubes, or maybe you can recommend a series or films, movies, shows Similar to Gilmore Girls. Well, what I mean by that, I need feel good shows. I don't want gore, I don't want crime, I don't want thrillers. I cannot sleep if I watch that, and I get anxious. So my world is the world of Gilmore Girls, Friends, maybe Sex in the City. Yeah, something like that. Very light, very fun, not deep, not nothing that could stress me out, basically. So if you have any recommendations, please leave me them down below. I would be really happy to find something new. And yeah, that's it for now, stitchy wise. What has been happening in my private life? Well, nothing much except work. Work has been cuckoo crazy. I don't know what it is. I've just had a lot of days and weeks with meetings from the morning to the night. And then I just get home and crash on the couch and I'm exhausted and cannot do anything. On the weekends, I try to get out a little bit. Last weekend, we had a really nice hike in here in the Styrian Mountains. Oh, it was so wonderful! It was sunny, blue skies, foggy in the valleys, but we were on top of the fogs, so gorgeous, gorgeous views. And yeah, I really want to get on with Christmas decorations very soon. Also, start baking Christmas cookies to get into the Christmas spirit. So, I really hope I can find some time and energy to do that. And yeah, nothing else much really, actually. As I said, I've been away for a work trip for a night, which was fun but also exhausting. And yeah, just daily life. Mario is amazing, my cat, as always. He's super cuddly. He doesn't like the cold weather. He's my Greek cat, and you can tell. Once it gets cold outside, he looks at me like, why? Why is it so cold? And he lies in front of the fireplace, just stretching his paws to the fire, where I'm thinking, aren't you scorching hot? But he just moves closer and closer. It's so cute. Yeah. So let's end it with that wonderful cat content here. And I hope to be able to film in 2 weeks, as I said. And until then, I hope to see you soon. Bye.